In this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you about dungeons. So you may be asking, what are dungeons? Well, they are hidden places in WoW that have elite monsters and require 5 people in a group to fight those monsters. You'll see the button down here that will bring up the dungeon finder. For this tutorial, we'll be going through a random dungeon. For the role, I'll be going as DPS since I'm a mage, and then we will want to find a group. Now, here's a little tip for you. If you are a tank or healer, you may only wait a couple of seconds to 2 minutes for a group, but since we are going as DPS, the wait time could be 10 minutes. So we are going to go ahead and wait for a group. Now our dungeon group is ready, so we'll go ahead and click Enter Dungeon. The first thing you'll want to do is make sure everybody is buffed. If you are a healer, you can buff other people. DPS only have limited abilities with buffing. Also, you may have quests at the beginning of the dungeon. Make sure to accept them because they sometimes have good rewards for your level. As I said in the previous tutorial, the tank always attacks first. You can see this paladin start the attack, and then everybody attacks afterwards, while the healer stands back and heals. Another thing to remember is that as a DPS, you have AoE abilities. AoE stands for Area of Effect, and you would use it to attack multiple monsters at once. You will also receive loot from the monsters, which you have the option to need or greed. Need the stuff you need, and greed the stuff you don't need. So now you're thinking, dungeons are going to be easy. Well, that's where you're wrong. Because this is a boss. I know it's the boss because it has increased health and does abilities that other monsters don't. The boss will most likely cast an AoE like the one this druid is standing in. Remember, boss AoE equals bad. Make sure to never stand in a boss AoE. To give a better understanding of what a boss is, I'm going to let this whole boss fight play out and give comments where needed. Another thing to remember is that if you're a tank, do not let the healer get attacked. If you're a healer, make sure the tank always has full health, along with the DPS, but giving priority to the tank. Now, as you level up, you will notice that different bosses do different things. Just remember the things I told you, and dungeons will be a little bit easier. And remember, boss AoE equals bad.
Is only the beginning.